Good morning, everyone. Hope you stay healthy and in the protection of the Almighty. I'm Arsyasi Kusumaning Hati. I want to explain a lesson about elliptical construction. What is elliptical construction? What is elliptical construction? Elliptical construction is the process of combining two sentences with different subject but having the same verb and complement. Elliptical or ellipsis is often used in daily communication activities both in oral and written form. Whose purpose is to avoid or reduce and even eliminate the repetition of words that are considered unnecessary in sentence. By using this ellipsis, the sentence will feel shorter and more beautiful, both in terms of arrangement and in terms of meaning. Types of elliptical construction. Number 1. Types of elliptical construction. Talking about types of elliptical construction is actually very simple and not many in number. The types or type of elliptical construction are as follows: 1, 2, and so. Number 2, either and neither. Number 3, and but. Function of elliptical construction. Of the three types of elliptical above, they have different uses and function in a sentence. Consider and following example. Number 1, positive elliptic, to, and so. Explanation and example. Positive elliptical is the process of combining two positive sentences that have the same predicate or verb, including the object and its complement, in positive elliptical sentence using to and so. In this form, three are two things to note. The auxiliary verb used must match the tenses of the first sentence. The location of to is always behind the auxiliary verb, while the location of so is always at the beginning of the auxiliary verb. What's example? Fatih studies English every day, or I study English every day. She buys a book, or Andy buys a book. Elliptical sentence. 1. Fatih studies English every day, and I'm too. Or Fatih studies English every day, and so am I. 2. She buys a book, and Andy does too. Or she buys a book, and so does Andy. Number 2. Negative elliptical, either and neither. Negative elliptical is the process of combining two negative sentences that have the same predicate or verb, including the object and its complement. What if in a negative sentence we find the same predicate? Then we should use the word either or neither, which means neither. There are several things that are important to note in the formation of negative elliptical sentence. They are as follows. The auxiliary verb used must match the tense of the first sentence. Either place is always behind the auxiliary verb, while neither is always at the beginning of the auxiliary verb. For neither, there is no need to add not after the auxiliary verb because neither form comes from no and either. The following is an example of its use in a sentence. Elliptical sentence. I didn't go to school yesterday, and he did either. I didn't go to school yesterday, and he too. I didn't to go school yesterday, and neither did he. I didn't go to school yesterday, and neither did he. Remember must be remembered and not. There are several adverbs of frequency that are considered negative, such as the following: 1. Never, seldom, rarely, few, hardly, barely, and little. Number 3. Contrary elliptic. This elliptical sentence arrangement is used to combine two sentences that have opposite predicates. One is positive and one is negative. In the formation of this form of elliptical sentence, things to note are as below. The auxiliary verb used must match the tense of the first sentence. If the third sentence is positive, then the auxiliary is added with not. If the first clause is negative, then the auxiliary is not added with not. The following is an example of its use in sentence. 1. They came here, they come here. 2. She doesn't come here, he didn't come here. He does not work hard, he doesn't work hard. I work hard, I work hard. Ellipse sentence. 1. They come here, but he doesn't. They came here, but he didn't. 2. He doesn't work hard, but I do. He didn't come here, but I work hard. Elliptical construction sentence formation formula. If we look at some of the example of sentence described above, we can actually conclude that the elliptical sentence formation formula is as follows. 1. Positive elliptic. 2. And so. Affirmative statement. To be plus and plus subject plus to be plus to, or so plus to be plus subject. 2. Affirmative statement and auxiliary verb. Subject plus auxiliary verb only plus to, or so plus auxiliary verb only plus subject. 3. Affirmative statement and plus single verb except to be. Subject plus do, does, did plus to, or so, or does, do, and did plus subject. Number 2. Negative elliptical. Negative statement plus and. Subject plus negative auxiliary, or to be plus either. or neither plus positive auxiliary or to be plus subject. 3. Contrary elliptic or but. Positive sentence but plus subject sentence to plus auxiliary plus not. Negative sentence but plus subject sentence to plus auxiliary. Modal auxiliary shall or should. Primary auxiliary is am are. Will or would. Has or have had plus verb 3. Can or would. Primary auxiliary do or does or did. Next, modal auxiliary might or might and must. Positive elliptical construction. Example, and so plus auxiliary plus subject, or and subject plus auxiliary plus 2. Example, positive sentence, elliptical construction. 1. She is a student, his sister is a student. Or she is a student and so is her sister. Or she is a student and her sister is too. 2. He likes playing football. I likes playing football. Or he likes playing football and so do I. Or he likes playing football and I do too. 3. They can playing guitar. They girl can play guitar. Or they can play guitar and so can the girl. Or they can play guitar and the girl can too. Negative elliptical construction. Example, and neither plus auxiliary plus subject, and subject plus auxiliary plus not either. Example, negative sentence, elliptical construction. 1. She is not a doctor. I am not a doctor. Or she is not a doctor and neither am I. Or she is not a doctor and I'm not either. 2. He doesn't know me. The girl doesn't know me. Or he doesn't know me and neither does me. Or he doesn't know me and the girl doesn't either. 3. The never comes here. He never comes here. Or they never come here and neither does he. Or they never comes here and he doesn't either. 3. Contrary elliptical construction. Example, subject 1 plus verb 1 plus but or while plus subject 2 plus do or does plus not. Example, contrary sentence elliptical construction. 1. Amel is clever, her sister isn't clever. Or Amel is clever, but her sister isn't. 2. He doesn't not have a bag. I have a bag. Or he does not have a bag, but I do. 3. Linda can swimming. Rina cannot swimming. Or Linda can swimming, but Rina cannot.